Hello, hello, hello. Got a message for you. I, I really look forward to this time to spend with you, and to such an extent, sometimes I get an idea and I come on early because I feel that this space where we are, it's not a lot of conversation about it. It's more conversation about the coronavirus and how many people that will be infected by it. But it's not enough conversation about this new space, this new place where we are, and the impact it has on your mental health. That's major, because this is not normal. The things that people are going through, loved ones dying in the hospital and you can't be at their bedside to hold their hand, going to a Zoom funeral or a StreamYard funeral, or a limited number of people that can go into a church to say goodbye. It's not normal. It's not normal. Touch deprivation, being nervous and tense and feeling anxiety because somebody might be asymptomatic and you don't know who it is. Could be one of your grandchildren. My grandchildren, they came over, and it bothered me that I did not come downstairs and hug them. I can't take the chance. I'm 75. If you're 75 and you're not brighter than a paper bag, you don't get the same service at the hospital. When they're rationing, and they are, medical services, when hospitals are running over and they don't have enough beds, you have to be extra cautious. Now, listen, I'm not talking to the people who don't think this is real. I'm not talking to the people who think that this is fake. I'm not talking to the people who don't wear masks. In fact, I like to have a permanent stamp that we can stamp those. This one does not wear a mask. So when they get the coronavirus, go to the hospital, oh, you don't wear a mask. No. We service people who wear a mask, who caught it from people like you. This is serious. And a lot of people, you know something? It is amazing. You know what's more powerful than common sense? Is hatred. Hatred. Just imagine that there are people who, a guy was looking at me with such hate in his eyes. And you know what I wanted to say to him? We were in a place, and I would love to give him a tablet and say, I want you to fill out this tablet here. I was at the Emory Hospital, and he was looking at me with such disdain and hatred. You know, you can pick up energy. And I said, I want you to write down all the reasons, all the things that people like me have done to you that fuels your hatred of me. And I'm going to write down all the things that people like you have done to me and my ancestors, and still doing, of why I should hate you, but my mother taught me not to hate. I'm going to write them down. You write your list, I'm going to write mine. And I guarantee you, you won't be able to put anything on there that I've done to you to justify your hating me. Isn't that interesting? I'm coming. I want you to like this page and share it. Come on, like it and share it. I'm going to talk about how to make it today, because let me share something with you. This is a different space. Evil has been released. Anger, There are people who have been holding back, who are emboldened, that now feel a freedom to do everything they can to destroy you, to prevent you from moving forward. I wrote my book called You Gotta Be Hungry. Why? Because when the odds are against you, the government has stacked things against you. It's so pervasive. You don't know where to turn. A friend of mine, her grandmother was about to have her leg amputated. And so I said, why? Well, they said it's infected. So I called a doctor friend of mine and met her over there, and they looked at it. So all they have to do is change the bandages. That leg does not come off. Check some statistics. 35% African Americans have 35% higher amputations of their legs, of their limbs, of their fingers than the average person. Hello? Black women have 37% more double mastectomies. Listen, there's stuff happening that we have no clue. You want to make it? You got to be hungry. And so the reason I do this show on a daily basis, for mental health. The reason that domestic violence is increased, called misplaced aggression. When you've lost your job, your house going through foreclosure, and you are behind on your bills, you are not thinking right. Anything can tip the scale. Kids are being abused. Didn't I tell y'all to shut the hell up back there? See, you have to be proactive now. Listen to me, listen. You have to be proactive to build your mental strength to handle this stuff. This is not going anywhere anytime soon. And you got to work on yourself. You got to have a strategy to work on your mind, your sense of peace. And you got to have a strategy, particularly if you're on a job and they're laying people off. You got to have the mental bandwidth to create a mindset to have an exit plan. Why, Les? Because once you're fired, you can't think. I've been fired several times. It's better to have a strategy and a mindset that can handle it and not need it than to need it, not have it. When you're behind on your bills, it's been proven scientifically. People who don't have money, I feel better when I have money. I don't have to take my medication as often when I have money. My temperament is better when I have money. You wonder why? How does he laugh so much? You know why? Because I make it my business to be up on my game, to have my mind fortified, to have a positive state of mind, to make money doing something that I love to do. That's why I'm not mad at anybody. I don't have to ask anybody, when can I go on vacation? How much am I worth? I ain't got to worry about that because I made provisions to make that happen. I got tired of somebody else controlling my life, and I wanted to control it myself. You want to program yourself for success. I'm going to give you a gift. I'll tell you what I'm going to do today. Because too many people are losing hope, feeling helpless and hopeless. No, you're not helpless. And you should be hopeful. Think about Jesse. If you keep on hoping, you can keep on hopping. I'm not talking about hopping. Oh, behave. But being hopeful. that you will get through this. It takes a mental resolve. This place where we are, let's admit it, this is off the hook. It's deep. And people having mental breakdowns. You talking about traffic rage. There's more rage than that out there now. And so have a strategy to work on yourself. If you have a goal and dream you want to work on, if you're ready to use your mind to create something new, because there's never a shortage of money or opportunity. It's just a shortage of thinking. What we're doing now, we're teaching people how to use their mind, how to use their story, how the things they've gone through, how they can use that and help other people that's going through some stuff right now. You might be in a good place, but there's some people that can use your experience as a guide to help them to navigate the turbulence, the storm that's dealing with them right now. You're still here. You're here to do the greater work, not just to be an observer. There's somebody that needs to hear your voice. There's somebody that needs to hear your example. Let me give you a good example. A gentleman, he had both legs amputated. Went to the store to buy something and he said, "Whoa, that's too expensive." He got online and took a class on how to create what he wanted to buy. And now he created a business out of that. No shortage of money, no shortage of opportunity, shortage of thinking. And when you have people who've done some stuff, people who are making money off creating masks, people who are making money of creating all types of different things. This is the age for people who create. God created us to create. We were created by the Creator to create. But when you owe a lot of money, when you are looking at a lot of bills, when you are in foreclosure or anxious because restrictions on evictions about to be lifted, when you're in a situation where you don't know if you got enough money for your prescription drugs that you need and food, or to pay a car note or insurance, or to keep a roof over your head, and you got a limited amount of money, let me tell you something. You need to be working on your mind. Television viewing going up. It should be going down. Who has the time to sit around and watch somebody else live their dream? But you know what? There are a lot of people doing that, and that's none of our business. Don't let that be you. Life has no duplicate. It has no duplicate. You only get one. Get one. And you want to maximize it and live it on your terms. And you can't live it on your terms if you're not in the right state of mind, if you're not open to learning something new, if you're not flexible and adaptable and versatile. If you have a mindset of being hopeless and helpless, you don't know who you are. You're made in the likeness and image of God. You've been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth. You had some failures, so what? You've gone bankrupt, so what? You have comeback power. You're in a fight. You're homeless, so what? I used to sleep on my friends' couches, in my car. So you think you're the last one? Or the first? No. You got to decide that you're going to fight. It's amazing how many people don't see the value of programming themselves for success. My kids can tell you, when I got off from work, I came home and I went in the basement and I was listening and saturating my mind with motivational messages. I can't tell you the number of people who said, you don't know me, but I listened to you so much and it changed my life. It took me through a tough time. Johnny Wimbrey was an ex-felon. Johnny Wimbrey was living in a homeless shelter with his brother and his mother. And Johnny Wimbrey, because he developed his mind and decided to give a message out of his mess. He has a brother who's doing 40 years in prison, and Johnny's flying around the world, changing people's lives, earning six figures every time he speaks and tells his story. There are people who need help right now. They've been caught off on the blind side. And here's something else. Not only do you need to work on your mind to build mental resiliency, to keep the faith, baby, to keep the faith, because you're taking some hits to remind you who you are. Adam, where are you? We have to do an assessment of ourselves based upon how we're showing up in our lives. The other thing is how you present yourself. I want you to put voice in the comment section. I talked to a person last night, had a major deal that she was able to get because of some things that happened, and this major deal fell in her hands, and she just about $50,000 in 24 hours to help close the deal. And you know what? Because she didn't invest in herself. You know what? Because she doesn't know what she doesn't know. She called me. She's a good person, smart, and said, hey, you know anybody that can help me get $50,000? I said, yes. And because of how she talked to me, and because I know her, if I did not know her, I wouldn't have not given her the time of day, because she, one, had no confidence, and two, was all over the place. You see, I need the $50,000 because, you know, in the Chinese community, they come together and they help people, and the Latin community, they come together and they help people. But in the Black community, we don't come together and help each other. I said, why are you making that statement to me? Why are you saying that? Tell me, how could you make a blanket statement like that to me? I am where I am because brothers and sisters help me. What does that have to do with the money that you want? Now listen to me. I'm going to get somebody on the phone that's going to help you, and you follow my lead. Do you hear me? I'm doing this for you because I know you're a good person, and I know you mean well. And this deal, based upon what you've shared with me, it has a lot of potential, and he's about making money, and he'll see the value of the deal. But don't bring all that other extraneous stuff in here that has nothing to do with the bottom line. Just follow my lead. Are you coachable? Yes, I'm coachable. Okay, very good. Hello, George. How are you, man? Hey, this is Les. How you doing, Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy? I'm doing great, man. What you been up to? Well, I'm doing a lot of speaking virtually and helping speakers to discover their power voice and how they can tell their story and make a difference. I have a friend on the line. Do you mind if I put her on? Because she's got a real big deal. She explained it to me, man, and I think you can make some money. It could be a win-win for you and for her. And she says short around $50,000. He said, let me talk to her. I got her on the telephone. How are you, sir? I'm doing great. Hey, Les Brown, my friend, he told me that you got a good deal. I want you to know I'm a busy person, but the only reason I'm talking to you, Les is my friend. And whenever I call on him, he's there for me, and he's been there for people that I try and help. Well, sir, Mr. George, the Cubans, when they want help, they turn each other, and the Chinese people and different other minorities, but black people, they don't do that. And so I need 50. I said, hold a minute. Would you go to the bottom line? No one wants to hear that narrative. Would you tell the man what's on the table, what the deal is, and how much he can make? I told you to follow my example. This man doesn't have time for you rambling all over the place and all this and all that and all that. Get to the point. Keep the main thing the main thing. And he said, you're right. I don't have a lot of time. Would you get to the point? I'll tell you. Tried to coach her. Some people are not coachable. I ended the conversation. I said, I'm sorry, man. I ended the conversation. I know this man busy. She never saw the value of investing in herself. She's going to other people's seminars and workshops. She never would spend a dime with me. You know why? Because she knows me. There are people that you can help, people that you have knowledge that will be beneficial to them, but they won't listen to you. You know why? My mother said it best. Familiarity breeds contempt. I got 7 brothers and sisters, including a twin brother. Not one of them ever spent 3 days straight in a seminar that I did. Why? I'm just Leslie Calvin Brown. What does he know? That's my brother. I love him, and he loves us. They don't know what I do. He's always ran his mouth. He's always had a gift of gab. People who should be there to encourage you, people who should use your services, take your advice, use your example, including children, on how you got to where you are. I watched and I studied my mother, Mamie Brown, work. Do you hear me? To take care of 7 kids that she didn't have. She worked. Do you hear me? We never went to bed hungry. She worked. Do you hear me? With food on the table, clothes on our back, a roof over our head. She worked. Oh, Arthur's bothered me. Who's Arthur? She's talking about arthritis. She worked even when she was in pain. People ask me, where do you get your drive from? From my mother. From my mother. I wonder why. What I saw, my brothers and sisters didn't see. It's called a mystery. Life is full of mysteries, and it's none of my business. It's none of my business. Don't give up on yourself. Hopeless? Helpless? No. If you don't work, nothing works. If you don't work to improve yourself, life will meet you where you meet life. I cannot say that enough. People might, all that motivational stuff, all that thinking positive and being enthusiastic, it means nothing. Might to them, but let me share something with you. When something happens to you, your state of mind plays a major role. Your ability to pull yourself together, your ability to weather the storms of life. Here's something else. Not only do you need to increase your self-development, invest in yourself and your ability to present yourself, create some new relationships with people that have more than you, people that are going in the direction of where you want to go, people that are growing, people that are positive. Create an environment that gives you a chance to win. People have goals and dreams that you're inspired by their example. You're inspired because of their drive. You're inspired because of the knowledge that they have. I talked to Dr. Cindy Trim the other day, and I try and talk to her as much as I can. She's brilliant. She's brilliant. I'm learning so much from her. But last you're 75. Hey, you're never too old to learn, and you're never too young to teach. I'm open to learning. I said over and over again, if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you're willing to learn, no one can stop you. Decide to become unstoppable. Decide to put yourself around the right people that's going in the direction of where you're going. Be selective. Be on a talent hunt for people that have integrity, people that have drive, people that have ambition, and not settling for life as it is now, not being a volunteer victim. People who've died already and just haven't been buried yet. No, there's no shortage of opportunity or shortage of money. The money is not left to planet. Shortage of thinking, shortage of drive, shortage of ambition, shortage of discipline and perseverance. That's what there's a shortage of. Of focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. Live like you mean it, like you mean business. I woke up 4 o'clock this morning thinking about this. Thinking about this. The people that oppose you, they're not playing. And we shouldn't be playing either. Are you mad at me, Les? No. I'm talking to myself. Because I know I waste a lot of valuable time. But he's gone now. He's dead. Paul said, I must die daily. I'm doing God's work. My voice is not for everybody. But if you can hear me, it's for you. If you hear me in your heart, I'm coming for you. It's for you. Because he's looking for you to say, yes. Yes, I can. And yes, I will. Put voice in the comment section so we can teach you how to fortify your mind. And today, people who put voice in the comment section got a special gift, mind power for your mind. Things that you can listen to every day that will strengthen you from the inside out. Put voice in the comment section. And whether you become a part of our community or not, just keep the gift and pass it on to someone else. God has been so good to me. He's been so good to me. All things work together for good for those who love God and for those who are called according to his purpose. I'm here for God. And this is what I do. This is a calling on my life. For a long time, I wouldn't answer the call. I'm so grateful I'm still here to talk to you if you're ready to answer that call. Put voice in the comment section. This is your time. How do you know that? If it wasn't, you wouldn't be able to hear me. You'd be taking a dirt nap. You listen to me for a reason. Because you're not cut from the same cloth, branches of the same tree. You have greatness in you. Only attract millionaires and billionaires in training. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Put voice in the comment section. Bye for now. Oh, behave. Hello? Oh, it's great to be me. Oh, boy. I enjoy you listening to me so much. I just thank God for the opportunity to talk to you. I'm still growing. I'm still developing. I'm still reaching. Like the lady who said, Lord, ain't what I want to be, ain't what I'm going to be, but thank God I sure ain't what I was.